Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Shri Radhe. Jaya Gauda Nitai, Gauda Nitai, Gauda Nitai, Jaya Gauda Nitai. Jaya Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva Jaya Subhadra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Haribo.
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunjabi Hari. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunjabi Hari. Gopi Janabala Jaya Girivara Hari. Jaya Girivara Hari. Raju Janaranjana Yasodhanandana Raju Janaranjana Munatira Manachari Jayo Kunjabi Hari. Jaya Kunjabi Hari. Munatira Manachari Jayo Kunjabi Hari. Jaya Kunjabi Hari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Gaur. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Bholaban. Hey! Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Go Prem, Vivo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey! Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey! Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Gaur. Hari Bol. Whoa! Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Kirtan, Evo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey! War Prem, Srinam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Yo! Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Open! Nitai Gauranga Jai, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jai, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jai, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jai, Gaur Hari. Nitai Gauranga Jai, Gaur Hari. Nitai Gauranga Jai, Gaur Hari. Gaura 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 Hari. Gaur 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 Hari. Gaur 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 Hari. Nitai Gauranga Jai, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jai, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jai, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Gaur Hari. Nitai Gauranga, Gaur Hari. Gaur Gaur Nityananda Nityananda, Nityananda Ram. Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda Ram. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, go, 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 go. Woo! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Ram, Hare Hare. Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram. Woo! Hey, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram. Go. Okay. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Hare Hare. One more. Hey, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Haribo, 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 Haribo. Nitai Gaur Haribo, 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 Gaur Haribo. Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jai. Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Prem 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 Premanande. Nitai Gaur Gaur Prem 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 Premanande. Nitai Nitai Gaur Gaur Prem 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 Premanande. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Sham. Jai Om Shripad Paramahansa Paribhatikacharya Shri Maharaja, His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai Om Shripad Paramahansa Paribhatikacharya Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaja Srila Prabhupada ki. Ananta Gaudiya-Vaishnava ki. Namchaya Shri Hare Krishna ki. Samsikaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudevaya Sri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shamakund Radha Giri Govardhan ki. Vijabhumidam Mayapudam Go Premanande Go Premanande. Glory to the Son of devotees. Oh, glory to the assembled devotees. Oh, glory to the assembled devotees. Glory to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Kirtan forever.
You have to be quick. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, chapter 29, verse 83, just while I opened up to this evening's song. Etad adyatma payokshanam gitam devashina bhava ya shravayad ya shmeyat sa lingena vimuchate. Interesting verse. My dear Vidura, one who hears this narration concerning the understanding of the living entity's spiritual existence, as described by the great sage Narada, or who relates it to others, will be liberated from the bodily concept of it. Purport by Śrīla Prabhupada. This material world is created by the dreaming of Mahavishnu. The real, factual platform is the spiritual world, but when the spirit soul wants to imitate the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is put into the dreamland of material creation. After being in contact with the material modes of nature, The living entity develops the subtle and gross body. However, when the living entity is fortunate enough to associate with a devotee like Sri Narada Muni or his servant, he is liberated from this dreamland of material creation and the bodily concept. Bhagyan Tinadandasya Gyanandya Śrī Caitanya-Caritāmṛta Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Very dear devotees, in his purport, Srila Prabhupada takes a cue, we could say in English, a cue from the verse itself. He compares material life to a dream. We all have dreams, and we know they're nonsense. He compares material life to a dream. By definition, a dream is only an illusion. Of course, elsewhere, I read that Prabhupada said that when you have a dream of a spiritual master, that's very nice. Dream of a spiritual master. Recently, I was in Mayapur and I had a dream, and I wanted to share it with my servants and my helpers, but I was a little shy. But I'll share it with all of you. I dreamt that I was with a number of my godbrothers sitting with Srila Prabhupada. And Radhanath Swami was there, and Shivaram Swami was there, and Bhaktivedanta and Guru Prasad Swami was there. And Srila Prabhupada was saying to all these godbrothers that for your services, you are all going back home back to Gaudiya. I was off to the side in the dream, and I was feeling unhappy that I wasn't included in Prabhupada's statement. So Shivaram, in the dream, Shivaram Maharaja Swami turned to Prabhupada and pointing to me, he said, listen, compassion, what about him, meaning me? So Prabhupada said, is he a good boy? I'm 75. Is he a good boy? And Shivaram Maharaj replied, in general, yes. So Prabhupada looked at me, then he looked at Shivaram Maharaj and smiling he said, all right, Indradyumna Swami can also come along. Very welcome. So again, Prabhupada said that dreams are nonsense, that dreams of the spiritual master are dreams of the when Prabhupada was a householder, later on in his household life, after he received instructions from Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati to preach Krishna Consciousness in the English-speaking language, he had his responsibilities as a householder, so he didn't take that up immediately. But later on, when he was getting towards his 50s, he would have dreams of Bhaktivedanta Saraswati. And Bhaktivedanta Saraswati would say, come, take sannyas. Come, take sannyas. Come, take sannyas. And Prabhupada said, I was horrified to pass them. And eventually Prabhupada did take sannyas. So dreams of the spiritual nature can be encouraging, but generally dreams are an illusion. And Prabhupada compares material life to a dream. It's actually the dream, the illusion, the material life is more like a magnet, you know? Because material life, they have so many plans, they have so many projects, you have so many hopes for happiness, but either they're dashed by the material nature, or they never materialize, or if they do materialize, it's just total, only little happiness. Material life can be very frustrating. In my country, in America, we did a recent survey, and in that survey, only 5% of the people said they were happy. 5%. 5% said they were miserable, and 90% of the American population said they were bored. America, the land of the dreams. Many people from this country are going to America. America, America. But only 5% of the people are happy. 5% of the people are miserable, but most everyone's bored. But the happiness we're searching for is like a dream. Nartam puts it very aptly in his song Kartana, song 4, text 21. He writes, "The treasure of love of God has descended in the spiritual world of Govinda, appearing in this world as the Sankirtan movement of chanting the holy names of Krishna. Why am I not attracted to it? Day and night I burn in the poison of material existence, but still I refuse to take the empty. What's the empty? We just live chanting, dancing, meditating. The empty. What is the poison of material existence that Nartam is referring to? Well, it's the temporary and miserable nature of this world, characterized by 4 very high walls, like in a prison. 4 very high walls you can't escape. Birth, disease, old age, and death. Maximum security. When there's a really bad criminal, they'll put him in maximum security. No way out. Sometimes we get out, but I know a few prisons will never get out. And one of them is the material world. You can't escape birth. You can't escape disease. Everyone got COVID. You can't escape old age. And who can escape death? But despite these very stark realities, people imagine what happens. A little bit of material enjoyment. The soul's a number. So it means that the soul is created. The intrinsic nature of the soul is to always be happy. Always. No interruption. It's like the intrinsic nature of water. It's wet. The intrinsic nature of the sun is the sunshine. What's the intrinsic nature of the Atma, the soul within the body? Ananda. To always be happy. And what's the highest happiness? Love. Love is the highest happiness. If you have everything in this world, but you don't have someone to share it with, you can't be happy. If you have nothing but a shirt on your back, and you live in a grass hut, but you have a beautiful wife who loves you, husband, children, neighbors, countrymen, without anything you can be happy, because love is the highest happiness. And in this world, love comes and goes, and at death, what we're really searching for is an eternal loving relationship with the supreme love of God. He's so great that he can satisfy the loving desires of every created being. You can love 5 or 10 people deeply. Krishna, you can love every created being to full satisfaction. They're not here in this material world, in the spiritual. An intelligent person who sees the stuff back home, not get love. And he knows that in this world of birth and death, a little bit of sense gratification. Mahabharata puts it into clear perspective. You may have seen that painting. Once a man was chased by an elephant in the forest, and as the elephant was catching up to him, he climbed a tree away from the elephant. But as he climbed up, he started slipping, and as he was falling, he grabbed onto a branch, and he's hanging from the branch, swinging like this, midair. And when he looked around, he was shocked to see the elephant with its trunk around the tree, trying to pull the tree down. And he looked down, he saw a nest of snake cobras at the bottom, waiting to bite him. He lost his grip and fell down. And in the distance, he saw a tiger racing to the scene, hopeful to get an easy meal. He slipped and fell to the ground. Then, to his horror, he looked to the side, and where the branch was attached to the tree, there were two rats. One was white and one was black, and they were gnawing at the junction of the branch and the tree, which means into the nest of the snake and dinner for the tiger and the elephant stomp on him. Just at that moment, a swarm of bees came and started biting him, because the whole episode had shaken the tree, and the beehive was shaken, and the bees came out, they were stinging him. Can you imagine? And suddenly, one drop of honey fell from the beehive right here. And he licked it. And he thought, oh, how wonderful is this drop of honey. How much I'm enjoying here. How much I'm... So here he is swinging, and it just about to fall down. The elephants on the tree. He sees the tiger coming out of the jungle. He sees the cobras down below, ready to bite him. The rats are biting the tree branch. And he's, oh my God, it's going to happen. And then the drop of honey, so death is represented by the elephant, chasing us relentlessly. Two black and white rats represent day and night, respectively, slowly reducing the duration of life. The hissing snakes represent the many obstacles that we face in life. The tiger approaching represents the dangers that awaiting us as we move forward. And the honeybees, according to Maharaja, they represent the daily problems. How many problems did you have today? We put them all together in a basket in the middle of the room and probably go to the ceiling. The drops of sweet honey, they represent the little pleasure that you draw. Actually, I heard Prabhupada say one time in London, he said, what is pleasure of this world? He said it's the relief from pain. It's like someone pounding you on that, boom, boom, boom. He stops. Oh, now I'm enjoying. That Prabhupada was, sadhu means he speaks the truth. Sadhu means when he speaks, he cuts our material attack. Not always pleasant to hear from the Brahman. Tell us something sweet, or don't tell you something sour. Give up your attachment to this world and it's sweet. The Prabhupada said, material pleasure. What's material pleasure in this world? When someone stops bombing, hitting you on the head with the phone. But even after hearing this wisdom, we're slow to catch on. Mm-hmm. Because Maya, the illusory, ineffable, is very expert in making it look everything. That's her job. Maya, one form of Maya is Durga. It just came from Bengal. Worship of Durga is more popular than the worship of Chaitanya. The Durga He's the warden of the prison. We're speaking of a prison. He's the warden. The Durga is the warden. The business of the warden is to make sure you don't escape. Like a big high wall with bars on the windows. And how does Durga keep us here? That we desire to become Krishna conscious. Takes away the illusion. He makes it look all very attractive. Even demigods are attracted by him. Genius. With that verse, very first verse, Muyanti yat shroya, tejavari midam muta, vinimayo epyo krishato. By him and her, even great sages and demigods are sometimes placed into illusion. One is bewildered by the illusory representations of water seen in fire, with land seen on water. I'm sailing with my father sometimes to be out at sea, and the reflection of the sky and the water made it look like there was land. There was no land there. So we're just tiny little Atmas, so we can be easily fooled. But if we see things through tattva darshan, tattva means the truth. If we see the truth from the darshans that have seen the truth, we get a clear picture and we can avoid Maya's traps. But vi paripatena paripashana prediction contained tattva darshan. We try to learn these truths of the material world and the spiritual world by approaching one of Krishna's representatives. We inquire from them, serve them, and they can reveal the truth to you because they're tattva darshan. They've seen. How have they seen? They've seen through Guru Shastra. They've seen through hearing the words of Krishna from us. They've seen through studying the Vedic scripture. It becomes very clear. Without that, will always be bewildered. Even demigods are bewildered. Even demigods make mistakes. All down. So, once Srila Prabhupada described the power of illusion, he told the story of Duryodhana. You all know Duryodhana. So one time Duryodhana, he went to the imperial palace of the Pandavas in Hastinapur. But that palace had been constructed by Mayadhanava in such a way that it was very difficult to attack and conquer that palace. Mayadhanava had created so many illusory things there. It was very hard. So Duryodhana, as you know, he was a Kshatriya, very powerful, handsome, famous personality. But when he entered that palace created by Mayadhanava, as he was walking towards the chamber, the room of Yudhishthira, he saw a little pond right in the middle of the compound. And there was no way to go around it. He had to walk through it. And because it appeared quite deep, he quickly, you know how the Kshatriyas love those long coats? He lifted it very high, so high that his underwear showed open. Then he walked through it. But actually there was no water. It was an illusion created by Mayadhanava to protect the palace. It was a crystal platform. It was a blue crystal. And the sun was shining on it. So they made it look like it was water. So as he was walking what he thought through the water, he actually just stayed on the crystal and he walked with his coat up and his underwear showing. And all the ladies in the palace, they started laughing at this great powerful platform. He made fun of him. He was so embarrassed. Then he walked a little further and there was another pond. So he thought, I'm not going to be fooled again. That was just crystal. Mayadhanava had created to make it look like water. I'm not going to do that. So this time, to cross the pond, the crystal, he just kept his clothes on and he started walking, but this time it was water. Mayadhanava had made it look, like crystal, but it was actually what he fell over. Then as he approached the palace, seeing the main door open, he tried to walk in, but it was another trick of Mayadhanava. It was actually crystal, making it look like it You could see through it, so we thought there was walk right in. But boom, he banged his head, fell down on the ground, and again the lady, Kshatriya. He dishonored is worse than death. The one who has been honored, dishonored is worse than death. So they take these things very seriously. So 3 times. So embarrassed, he walked to the next room and he thought, this time I'm not going to be fooled. I'm not going to bump into another door like that. I'm just going to open it up and go through. So he tried to open it, but there was nothing there. Prabhupada told the story to show how even great personalities. We may think, I'm pretty smart. I won't be tricked by Maya's illusion. Handsome men, beautiful girls, fast cars, lots of money, fame. I won't be fooled. One time we were in London and Prabhupada turned to one of my godbrothers. He was kind of flirting. Prabhupada turned to him and said, Kulashakar, the problem with you is you're not afraid of Maya. You have to be afraid. Not true if you listen to the words. I'll share with you one more story to convince you of the power of illusion, how we have to always be on guard. How can we be on guard? We have a mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Prabhupada said mantras and jewels, they don't lose their potency in Kali Yuga. Everything deteriorates in Kali Yuga. Even the great mountains, the ocean, the sea. With influence of time, everything deteriorates. But mantras and jewels never lose their potency in Kali Yuga. Maybe your astrologer has recommended a jewel for you. Okay. But the real protection is in you know when Ram, Lakshmana and Sita were in the forest, Ravana sent Marichi the deer to take Ram and Lakshmana away from Sita so he could capture her. So Marichi went and he went into the forest. Sita saw the deer. Marichi disguised himself as a deer. And being of a feminine nature, she said to Ram, I like that deer, he's so cute, please go capture that deer for me. Ram said, this is a forest, there's Rakshasas here who have mystic powers, I don't know of it. No, Ram, you go, get me that deer. So Ram ran off into the forest to catch Marichi in the form of the deer. While he was there, looking for the deer, Marichi in the form of the deer took on Ram's voice and said, Lakshman, help! Lakshman, help! So Sita heard that. Lakshman was there protecting Sita. So Lakshman said, no, that must be the voice of a Rakshasa. He's freaking them. Sita said, no, that's the voice of your brother Ram. You go now. Lakshman said, no. Sita said, just see, you want to enjoy me. Lakshman said, my dear lady, I've never looked above your ankle. Vedic culture. So chaste, everyone is so chaste. Look above me. He never looked at him. He said, go. So before he went, Lakshman took his sword and he made a circle around Sita. While doing so, in the dirt, he made a circle. He chanted one protective mantra. That was Ravana's chance. Ravana came. Ravana means, his name literally in Sanskrit means he who makes the universe green. He who makes the universe green. And he conquered like Hiranyakashipu. He conquered the forces of the world, demigods. For all his servants, Narada Muni was his foot servant. When Ravana comes, it's this fair young princess, delicate, no calluses on her feet, silk dress, forest, Bhavana comes. Ah, empty bowl. Try to touch it. Touch that invisible barrier created by the mantra. Mantras have a protective nature. All angles we try. The greatest, most powerful asura of the world. Only when she came a little weak and, all right, just wait. Step forward out of the mantra. Boom, he got her. Flew off in the snow. So that's not just mythology. Some poet's dream, Valmiki's making it up. No, this is the history of the universe. Purana. Purana means the ancient history of the universe. Bhagavat Purana, Shiva Purana. These are the history. Srila Vyasadeva is no fool writing children's fables. The history. Showing in this particular instance many things. We have a very powerful mantra. We have the Maha. Maha means the great chance of divinity. And all the benefits you get from other mantras are there in the Maha mantra. So Rakhi Krishna Hare Hare Krishna. You're chanting the mantra. Hare Krishna. Krishna wants to save you, no one can kill you. And if Krishna wants to kill you, no one can save you. Which side are you on? The line. Which side are you on? Are you going to follow Hiranyakashipu or are you going to follow Prahlada? So don't want to step over the line. Because Maya may attract you. Okay? It's so attractive that you can break regularly. Song in my country in the 1950s. Don't make promises you can't keep. A girl talking to her boyfriend. In the general sense, we have made promises, we can't break them because we protection. This ultimate benefit of chanting Hare Krishna. Just to show you how powerful Maya can be, and as such, how sincere we have to be taking shelter in Krishna. This is a true story. I read it in the library in Jaipur. It's a story written down by scribes that once a king in Bengal asked his wife, the queen, what she would like for her birthday. You know what she said? I want to see a magic show. Okay, honey. So there was a very famous and popular magician in the countryside. People called him the best of the best. So the king invited the magician and asked him to come on his wife's birthday and do a magic show. And actually the whole extended family came. The king, nephews, nieces, aunts, uncles, the whole royal family came. The ministers came, and many of the VIP people, I think there was 1,000, 1,000 people in the audience. So that the day of the magic show, the magician arrived with his family members. And as the show progressed, they were, taking the rabbits out of hats, making cards, putting coins in the ear, pulling a coin out. And I think the video will show you how the magician took it. I never watched it because then it's no fun. But these magicians this magician and his wife and his son and daughter that were doing all these tricks. And at one point, the wife of the magician was wearing a beautiful necklace. So her husband, the magician, said, "Give me the necklace." Wife gave him the necklace. And he took the necklace up into the assembly and he gave it to the queen. But the wife's like, "Wait a minute, you gave my necklace away to the queen." Your husband in the face, in front of the royal assembly. I mean, in the middle of the magic show, took my and she slapped her husband like that. The magician slapped his wife back. And the elder son, who was very close to his mother, became very angry. His father, he came and hit him in the face. And all the people are like, "What happened in the magic show?" And he hit him again, and he knocked the teeth out of his father, hitting his mother. So, like, anger and anger, people do crazy things. In a fit of rage, the father took his sword out, cut off the head of his son. And when he cut off all the blood, the arteries, blood everywhere. Wife, seeing that her husband had killed her son, she charged her husband with a dagger and stabbed him in the heart and killed him. Tore his heart out. He would have blood everywhere. Well, then her daughter took the sword that was on the ground and killed the mother. And then the daughter took the dagger and killed herself. This is a horror story. What am I telling? A horror story? But it's a true story. And there was just blood flowing like a river. So the king and the queen, they stood up and they apologized. "We're really sorry. We wanted the magic show, but look what happened. We're really sorry." And he said, "Everyone leave." The servants came and they're sweeping up the blood. And bodies were dragged out. 6 months later, the courier came with the letter. In the old days, they roll it up in time, but the courier came with the letter for the king. And it said, "To the king, the queen, and the royal assembly, please read." Very important stamp on it with gold. This is a very important message. I'll read it to my family. And this is what the letter said. "My dear king, all glories to you. I hope you like our magic show. As you know, I'm the best magician in the country. I offered you the highest price and you paid for it. So how did you like the show? Me, my wife, my daughter, and son, we're all fine. We're enjoying the great gift that you gave us. You gave us before the show. We just wanted to say thank you. Hope the show was not too much for you. It was all magic, but now you know it. The screaming, the killing, the blood, it was all an illusion. Don't ask me how we do it, and come back again if you want. The true story. This is written and described from the Krishna Consciousness. So if an ordinary magician can create an illusion like that, what about Maya Devi? What about Maya Devi? She's so powerful. So what's our hope? Davyeshva Gunamayi Malamaya Dunamaya. This divine energy in mind, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome. Those who have surrendered. We're very small in this material world. The illusion is very great. But although we're very small, we take shelter of Krishna within. One time Prabhupada was walking on the beach in Bombay with his scientists, devotees, and they're walking on the beach. There's a little colony of crabs 30 or 50 meters down the beach. And as they're getting closer to the crabs, all the crabs move sideways. They all went into the ocean. The Prabhupada said, why did those crabs go into the earth? So the scientific Bhaktivedanta Maharaja and they said, Prabhupada, because the pressure of our feet are creating energy, electric energy, going to the bodies of the crab, and the sea fibers in the brain to the crab say, go left. Prabhupada said, no, that's not why they're going into the ocean. They're very small and they sense danger, so they're taking shelter of the great. They're taking shelter of the great, they're protected. So we're very small in a dangerous world. We can take shelter of the greatest. Who's the greatest of the great? Bhagavan Shri Krishna Ki. But he's very far away in Vaikuntha. No. Kali Kali Nam Murup Krishna Avatar. In this age, he's descended in the form. Chant Hare Krishna. Did you hear them? What did you say? Very good. One time Prabhupada had to go to court in Calcutta, but there was some dispute with the land. He came with his disciples. You can imagine. He had to go to court case. So Prabhupada walked into the courthouse with all the lawyers present, and he said to his disciples, this whole atmosphere is polluted with the lies of the lawyers. I hope none of you are lawyers. Prabhupada said lawyer means liar. You're all IT. So Prabhupada said, Kirtan. And one of the Prabhupada were in a courtroom, the judge is there at the court case. Prabhupada said, Kirtan. So, how do you do that? They're dancing around, and the judge is, whoa, and the lawyer, don't Haribol. Prabhupada said, stop. The whole atmosphere has been purified with the chanting of Hare Krishna. So, we're in a sleeping condition. We don't realize all these things, so we have to wake up by hearing from Guru and Garanga. It's like Mahaprabhu said, Jeev Jago, Jeev Jago. How long will these people stay sleeping in the lap of the leader? When you're sleeping, dreaming, the material happiness is something wonderful. The only way you can wake up a deep sleeping person, how do you wake up a deep? Let's say you're sleeping in your apartment and a thief comes to steal. You can't see him. You can't touch him. You can't taste him. None of your senses will alert you to the danger. But if he makes a mistake, bangs into the door, you can hear him. Prabhupada said in the same way, we're sleeping in illusion. The only way you can wake up to this challenge of Maya and taking shelter is by hearing. Omana Vyata Shabdat, by sound we become liberated. This sound is so powerful, it can even deliver creatures who are in deep ignorance. Like when Mahaprabhu went to the Jharikanda forest, what happened? The deer and the tigers heard the chanting from the lips of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all their illusion was gone. They became pure devotees, and they embraced each other and started singing Hare Krishna. That's not a children's story. That's fact. I went there. I went to the Jharikanda forest, to the place where Mahaprabhu had that kirtan. Deep in the jungle. It takes a long time to get there. It's a couple sadhus. And when that kirtan was going on, it was so ecstatic, the rock melted in ecstasy. The rock melted. I went there. It looked like a volcano had been there. It was all melted. But the footprints of the elephants were there. The footprints of the tigers were there. The footprints of the deer that were there, right close together. The snake, the birds, everything was all there. It was all real. And the footprints of Śrī Caitanya-Mahaprabhu were also there. He was 7 feet tall, so his feet. And there was one embedded in the rock, So I bowed down and put my head inside that footprint. And then one of the pieces of rock embedded in my skin, and it was bleeding. I said, no problem. I took that rock and put it in the footprint of Śrī Caitanya-Mahaprabhu. So he's given us a mantra that can wake up even the most ignorant persons, what to speak of you. And when we wake up from this dream of material existence, what will you see? When you wake up in the morning, right? You see what? You see your wife, see your husband, you see the toothpaste, you see the mirror. Oh God, that was horrible. But when you wake up from the illusion of Maya, what do you see? That's described. Having obtained real knowledge from a self-realized soul, you will never fall again into such illusion. For by this knowledge you will see that all living beings are part of the Supreme. In other words, one. As you wake up, you'll see who you are beyond the body. You'll see Krishna, and you'll see the devotional service. See what it means to wake up. So we're in a deep sleep. There's a nap. Prabhupada used to, I remember in Paris one time, Prabhupada said, I'm going to take a snap. And we said, excuse me? I'm going to take a snap. He meant nap, but Prabhupada's English wasn't so perfected at that time. So I'm going to take a snap. Oh, a nap. One devotee said, a nap. Yeah, Prabhupada said, yes. So we take nap, right? Maybe in the afternoon or something. Then we go to sleep. And then there's a deeper state called comatose. Maybe someone's sick and they go into a coma. The deeper than the coma is, the deeper than that's like a sleeping condition. Total ignorance of who we are, who is God, what is my relationship. But in that deep ignorance, we can wake up. We can hear Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. But I've been chanting Hare Krishna for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. I'm still tricked by Maya sometimes. While I'm chanting, some materialistic thought comes to mind and I follow it for 2 rounds. And I come back, Hare Krishna. Why haven't I seen myself, seen Krishna and our eternal relationship? Well, because we were asleep for a long time. And if you sleep a long time, when you wake up, it takes a long time to get up. But it will happen. It's like a businessman. He goes to sleep, and after a few minutes, he remembers, oh yes, I'm a businessman. I have to get to work. It depends how long. Ramanda Brahma Chaitanya Bhagavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasad Bhai Bhaktilata Beach. We may have been here for millions of years. But to become self-realized, it may take a little time. One time when one of my god sisters came before Prabhupada for initiation vows, Prabhupada said, what are the 4 requisite principles? He said, Prabhupada, no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no gambling. And I promised to chant a minimum of 16 rounds every day. Prabhupada leaned over and he said, why a minimum? Why not more? The more you chant, the more the fog of material existence. And at that point, and it will come, you become a pure devotee. What will happen when you reach that stage of prema and Krishna sees you? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has written, at that moment when you become a pure devotee and Krishna is standing before you, he writes what happened. It's quite deep. He says, the moment you reach the stage of prema, the Lord reciprocates with such a devotee in an amazing way. First of all, he enlivens that devotee with a sense of sight, revealing his Tribhanga Sundar form. Then he manifests his ambrosial fragrance. So upon smelling that fragrance of the Lord, the devotee faints. Then the Lord desires to rescue his devotee from that fainting condition, and he engages that devotee in a sense of tyranny. He calls out to that devotee, "My dear devotee, I am now captivated by your love. I am fully under your control. Do not be overwhelmed. Just look at me again and fulfill the desire of your heart." And from that slumber of smelling the fragrance of the Lord, the devotee wakes up. Next, the Lord reciprocates with that devotee's mood. Whatever your rasa is with the Lord, if it's servant, dasya, the Lord, Krishna said, he puts his feet on your neck. Everyone has an eternal relationship. It's in the heart. Can't be changed. If you're a servant, you're very happy. So when you become self-realized and your dasya, Lord puts his feet on your head. And if your relationship with the Lord is sakya-ras, meaning friendship, the Lord takes your hand and he puts his fingers like this in your hand, like we do with our friends sometimes. And if the relationship is vatsalya, like seeing Krishna as your child, you'll start crying, and the Lord will wipe the tears away from your eyes. And if the relationship is madhurya ras, Krishna will bring you to his chest, puts his arms around you, and embrace you. Then the Lord fully awakens the devotee's sense of spiritual taste by taking the chewed remnants of what he's been eating, puts it in the mouth. Very deep. We don't usually finish in lectures with such. But just to give you, a preview. I think when you go to the movies these days, they show a preview of the next movie. This is the preview of what we're waiting for when we stop getting tricked by the witch of Maya. When we chant sincerely, taking shelter of Krishna. That chanting brings us to the stage of praying. So we have so much to look forward to. Don't ever get disappointed. Prabhupada said to one of my godbrothers, when you get back home, back to God here, the spiritual master is waiting for you. He takes your hand, he leads you into the forest, he puts your hand in Krishna's hand, leads the two of you together in Maya. That's the goal. Therefore, we can struggle with Maya, overcome Maya, our doubts and illusions. We can believe it's true and take shelter in the great Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. I have a surprise for you. I have a surprise for you to help you glance away from the illusion of this world so you look from the Lord. When the COVID period came, I was in Vrindavan. Usually I'm traveling around the world, but somehow while on His mercy I was engaged. Couldn't leave the country because they closed the borders. So I thought, what am I going to do? So I had this whole library before me. I thought, I'll study the books, and then I'll give lectures on Vrindavan. I thought that maybe I'll cover the subject matter in 3 or 4 weeks, but I'm still lecturing on Vrindavan 5 years later. Because there's 60 billion holy places in Vrindavan. And remember, Vrindavan's our goal. We have to keep our mind fixed on the goal, like a sailor at sea, keeping his mind fixed on the land. That's his goal. So the more you know about the goal, the more you can meditate on the goal. So all the lectures that I gave these last 2 years have been transcribed and made into books. And the first book is called Sacred Forest of Vrindavan on the western side of the Jamuna. Some of the holy places are on the western side of the Jamuna, some are on the eastern side of the Jamuna. So this is like a Parikrama handbook. All the holy places, my lectures were transcribed. It took me 10 hours of research for each lecture, 10 to 15 hours, and then I would give the lecture. So all the details of the holy place, all the personalities that take place in the pastimes, the mood of that place, what the trees look like, what flowers are doing, what's the rasa, it's all there, accompanied by beautiful photos. So if you read this book, next time you go to Vrindavan, you take it with you. And when you go to the Mahavan forest, you can take the book out and read about Mahavan forest. Go to Bahir, you can read about that place. Everywhere you go, you'll have a long chapter about that holy place. And if you can't go to Vrindavan, you can have Vrindavan in your heart by studying the book at home. And it's done in a very high-class way. I took all these photos. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, 10:24-24, Krishna says to his father, "My dear father, our home is not in the cities or towns or villages. Being forest dwellers, we always live in the forest and on the hill." Every detail about that, Govardhan, Radha, Radha Krishna, it's all here. And this year we came out, well, we have two books. This is the sacred forest of Vrindavan on the eastern bank. We've covered about 1/4 of Vrindavan. We keep coming out. Every year I'm going to come here, another book. We're going to have 35 volumes. These are the first two. Everything you ever needed to know about Sri Vrindavan Dham, about everything. In these books, you just read this. You don't need to buy any of the Urkama books. Just go to Vrindavan with this. And I also gave lectures on Govardhan Hill, and we printed it in Hindi. Yeah, everything you need to know about Govardhan Hill. And this is a book. Sorry, I'm on the front cover, but it's called Adventures of a Traveling Monk, Memoir. I've been traveling the world for 52 years. We keep a diary, and every year we publish the diary, 15 diaries. And my students took the best chapters of all those diaries and put them in this one book, which is published by HarperCollins. You know HarperCollins, the big printing house? And Jay Sethi, Jay Sethi, he bought them. And it's selling like hotcakes because it shows how spiritual life can be adventurous. It can be fun. I went to Kazakhstan, Mongolia, Russia, Brazil, Uruguay, Fiji, the whole world, and met wonderful people and saw great many miracles. So if you buy any one of the books, you get the traveling book for free. Woohoo! You buy 2 books, you get another volume, you can give it to a friend. You buy 3 books, you get 3 like this, you can give it to a friend. I'm not a businessman. We just practically take the cost of the printing, but it's so nice to spread the glory. There's a book table back there. I'm going to sit here. I have about 30 minutes. I have 30 minutes to sign book. So, because usually when a sannyasi visits someplace, he asks for something. I'm just asking for your love and appreciation for Srila Prabhupada's mission. And I brought these books so you can have Vrindavan in your heart. I'll be here. This is my secretary. She's going to say something because I don't like.
Hare Krishna. As Maharaj said, we have these 3 books, Forest of Vrindavan books, at the book table in the back. You can purchase from there. You can either pay by cash or online. The book costs 2,500 rupees. And as he said, when you buy any of these forest book, the bigger book, you get the adventures book for free. Because we would like you to either read it or give it as a gift to your friend who will benefit from that book. And once you get a book, you can come and form a line and Maharaj will be happy to sign that book for you. Thank you.